you guys hear me now? I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. The audio went out on the last video. I don't know what's going on exactly. It's so hot right now. It's crazy. Whoa, careful guy. Look where you're driving. Jesus. I think people are acting a little scared. Everyone's driving a little fast, trying to get out. You can hear me better? Good. Yeah, it's really, really hot right now. My phone, I think, is overheating. It's really hot. I'm just trying to get to San Francisco. I'm so sorry, God. Please, I just want to get out of here. Everyone's kind of racing. I'm going to go a little faster. Like I was saying. I'm not even sure what to do. I know, it's hard to breathe. My throat hurts. I don't want to wear the mask, though, because I feel like that'll make it worse. Thanks. Thank you very much. Blessings, Antasia. It's nuts right now. It's, yeah, for that guy just asking what's up. It's hard to read the phone and drive, but there's a really gnarly fire. A lot of houses gone. I'm getting out of Santa Cruz for a minute. Headed north. It's smoky. I'm trying to get to San Francisco, or at least towards that direction. Towards the coast, staying on the coast, but it is bad news right now. It's pretty crazy outside. I passed a power plant that's gone, it looks like. Just when the power on the phone went out, it was ridiculous. Interesting too, it blocked out, and so I lost sound, and then, lost all the viewers. But we were talking about some serious things. These shades, what are these called? I think they're called visor shades. I forget. They're like visor shades. I know, we all do. I swear though, my life feels like the Titanic right now. It's like, what the heck? So I was thinking about it. I was trying to say this. I think the power cut out on it. I was thinking, I can't even fly. I used to be able to, just a few minutes ago, it feels like, take Bitcoin and fly to France and hang out in castles, which is more than you should deserve in any lifetime, let alone to be as a casual vibe. But now I can't leave the country. Can't even. It's like this is like Chile in the 80s. It's like China. It's like Russia right before the wall. It's like the end of the synthesizers. It's like the beginning of a lot of terrible things, and it feels like that. I mean, it feels like this is the funeral for society, and this is the reset. It's kind of freaking me out. But yeah, maybe that's also just because it's so damn hot right now. But, I don't even know what to say. It's like 110 degrees. This is freaking crazy. 96 degrees in the shade. Real hot in the shade. You guys remember that one? Stay happy. Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't be so, weird about it. It could be a lot worse, guys. I mean, let's be real. What sucks, though, is when you feel like you're really a capable person and you can't do anything. I think you've heard that one before. I don't even feel like that capable of a person, but I felt a lot more capable before this week. I don't really know what to do. Things are about to get pretty weird. I thought they were weird like in January, But that was just losing our privilege. This is where it gets weird. I saw 6 different, you could say, or 6 different strategies for military in, sorry, just don't want to be behind that cop. I think I guess a cop. You know how they are. I saw 6 different strategies for military occupation of the West Coast that I see as pretty inevitable in the next coming weeks. We can talk about that pretty soon. But it does seem likely that we're going to see some pretty serious stuff for the election. I can predict by January, though, kind of a full-on occupation of zones. That sounds like where we're headed. Jesus. Look at that. This is crazy. I don't know if you can even see. It's like my window is covered in ash. Like snowflakes. It's snowing ash right now. And this is north. This is smoke north. I'm like headed away from the smoke south. I don't know if you can you see behind me out the window, because it's not, we're far enough from the fire that you can't even see the fire, but it's just white. It's just white out there. But I'm sweating pretty bad. It's like next level right now. It's a good thing I lived in Spain and Minnesota for the heat, because I don't know how I'd be handling it otherwise. You know, I like the snow. Everyone talks about how it's nice in California, but I gotta admit, I like the snow. Well, I don't mean to be like a drama queen, though. I mean, like, to be honest, I'm always the luckiest guy, so it is what it is. But I hope you guys are sending positive vibes towards the families of people. We've got a lot of viewers in that area, a lot of friends in that area. And sending your positive prayers and vibes towards the people who've lost their houses. I know this is the most hippie California thing to say, but I'm like praying for the bears. Like, I feel so bad for the bears and for the wolves and the coyotes right now. I was hearing coyotes screaming at night, and I was like, what's going on? Because, you know, they were pretty uppity. And that was my first tip-off of what was happening. Although I, for the last few days, been wondering what's going on, because there's been all the power outages, the lightning storms, and it was getting gray, and it was raining. Luckily, it rained around my house, and I was so grateful. And I had no idea that there was going to be fire. I was just like, oh, thank God, because it's so hot. I feel so idiotic now. Like, I had no idea what was coming. And then I'm looking over here, and I'm just like, what the hell are you doing? Look at these people. Why are you going this direction? What are you doing? Are you idiots going to Santa Cruz? Like, what? You trying to go to the beach? No, don't do that. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my God, that is so scary. Why are you guys doing that? They're all stopped, so, I mean, what do you think's gonna happen, guys? Ugh. This is nuts. It's so hot. Well, luckily, there's not anything stopping me going this direction. And I got gas in Gilroy, which is the cheapest place to get gas, so that helped a lot. What was I gonna say? Occupation. Yep. Thanks for the prayers, guys. Hello, Jordy LaForge. Thanks, guys. Yep. Well, I mean, so I feel like they shut me off when I was talking, because it wasn't about the fire, and like, they know that I'm saying more interesting things than that. Maybe they're not supposed to be, but I'm still gonna do it. Whatever. So, let's see here. Talking about the Soviet Union funeral. Talking about California's on fire and has the bubonic plague. Talking about occupation of California by federal operatives. We've talked before about Bureau of Land Management and how that's taking over Esalen, California, and big parts of the coast. Want to talk about Joe Camela? What do you guys think about Joe Camela? Side effects include birth defects and lost stillborns. Joe Camela, come on, that's good. That is the funniest piece of discord I've heard yet. I mean, come on. Get it? Giggity. But I'm shut. Yeah. chasing the locals out. This is so bad. Yeah, dude, this is so bad. This is not great. Ugh. I mean, it's just so ridiculous here. Because it's like, you got all these BMWs and fancy ass cars, solar powered houses, and rich people. A lot of rich people in this area. And even in Santa Cruz, you know, programmers in those hills moved in the 90s. There's a switchover period when technology became an option. And that's where a lot of people started moving in once it became a value. But it's just, they look so helpless right now. They don't know what to do. Oh man. Special agent confirms shut down farmers. Yeah, Humboldt's pretty bad right now too. Trinidad, the fires in the north taking out the grows is pretty serious stuff. I've been looking. Whoa, self-driving car. Haven't seen one of those in a while. It's a funny thing to say. Back to the future. California's so weird, dude. Have any other routes to get back to Santa Cruz with traffic hitting heavy? Yeah, I think, I don't know which I'm gonna do. I might take the 880. I might do the 280, 880. I don't know yet. I'm gonna think about it. I haven't figured it out. But, yeah, it's pretty crazy that everyone's going towards Santa Cruz. That's crazy. We had some dinner up in San Francisco, though, at one of those garden places. Hopefully. Fasting is good for you, you know. You eat your own selectively. Eat your potentially mutating cells. Does not smell like pot smoke, guys. Sorry. It did actually in Santa Cruz right at first, though, to be honest. It totally did. But, no, not right here. Oh, an In-N-Out burger. America. Yeah. No, it smells like, burnt oak trees. Mostly. A little bit of redwood, but not here as much. More like oak trees. No tango dinero, oh. No tango dinero. Yeah. No. Got all this new wave in my head, man. It's great. It's great in here. Live chat. Are the giant trees okay? Well, so I was saying earlier, Peachy, that Last Chance didn't get warned. Last Chance is there's the hay maze area. Hayfield's like 400 acres at least, 800 acres, 1,600 acres about of redwood trees. A lot of them are burning. I have footage of it, but I wasn't able to get it live because the data doesn't work there, so I'll post some of that later, and I'll get some from friends. Ian Arthur, he's got some footage of that. Our friend who does antique collectings. And I got a lot of friends in the area that are doing more noble things than me. They're trying to rescue people and get animals and people out. But it's pretty bad right now. It's definitely. David was talking about his whole house is covered in ash snow, like Pompeii, and he's in Corralitos area, which is south of Santa Cruz by like 20 miles. And I mean, yeah, just hundreds of friends lost their houses in one night. It's crazy. No one expected it. But at the same time, that's the problem, because a lot of the time we have helicopters dropping water. Let me tell you a funny story about death. So, when I was a kid, there was a Darwin Awards happened to a guy in my neighborhood, and I don't really live in a neighborhood. I live up in the redwood trees, clearly, but not like the Wookiees, but pretty close, like with the Wooks. A guy in a scuba suit was found burned alive in a redwood tree. So what had happened was he was in the water in Monterey. Helicopters went and grabbed buckets of water to put out the fire around the Santa Cruz Mountains. This is probably 93, 5, something like that, like 5 years old maybe. And they're trying to figure out what happened, and it was like pretty obvious eventually. The guy had been in the water and got picked up in the bucket, and there was no way to climb out of the bucket. Actually, in Star Wars Episode 2, I believe that there's a scene based on this where the Princess Amidala is in a iron ore bucket and she can't climb out of it. I think that's based on this because he lived in that area, San Mateo, Santa Cruz. But so he couldn't get out. He didn't quite drown because he was in a scuba suit. He couldn't climb out, and then they flipped the bucket. Couldn't hold on, so he got thrown out and he landed in the redwood trees. Couldn't get out of the redwood trees, and there was smoke, and he died of suffocation and heat exhaustion. And it was pretty, luckily the water on the tree, they found some of him, but he got the Darwin Award at the time. I don't know where the punchline is on that one, but sometimes, it's just your time. Got another one for you. Remember on the BBC when I was driving home from school one day in 1999, 2000, or 97 actually, there was a guy who wanted to commit suicide, and he had taken a bunch of poison. He didn't want to do it wrong, so he was making sure he actually died. He got a bunch of poison, and he got a noose tied around his neck, and then he got a cop. I hate that all the time. So he got a bunch of just a Nissan. It's so confusing. Luckily you can't see my face because I'm wearing these weird glasses. Oh, he's global security. You jerk. You're looking like a cop like that. Sorry. Anyway, so this guy didn't want to die wrong. He wanted to make sure he died committing suicide, So he ate a bunch of poison, and he threw himself off a cliff, hanged from a noose. And he had a gun, a rifle aimed at his face. So his plan was to shoot himself, and if that didn't work, he would have broken his neck. And it was over water because he didn't want to fall on the ground. And he had poison. So far so good. Problem was, jumping off, the bullet shot the rope. This is a true story, by the way. And the rope broke, and he landed in the water. And when he landed in the water, it was cold. And it shocked him so much he threw up the poison. So he's being carried down the river, and he breaks a bunch of bones, and he survives. And he goes to the hospital, where he's in the hospital bed dying of broken bodily injuries and bleeding, but they save him, and he dies of pneumonia incurred from the river 6 weeks later. So he got what he wanted, but it was a lot of suffering. So he got more than he wanted because he didn't want that. Again, I don't know where the punchline is there. Oh, did you guys know that there's a Starship Troopers anime from the 80s or 90s? I had no idea. So good. It's rad. Also, I just saw this movie, guys, called Stick. You guys ever seen Stick? With, from Smokey and the Bandit, Burt Reynolds. It's a good movie. Something about Burt Reynolds, he's a smart guy. He would produce movies of himself. Oh, do you know what's the best movie I saw recently? Showdown in Little Tokyo. I have not seen that in ages. With Adolf Lundgren from Denmark. So good. Sorry, I'm just distracting myself. But no, really great movie, man. I mean, so Dolph Lundgren is this Danish guy. In the movie, his family were killed by Yakuza, and he's raised in Japan. And he has to deal with the Yakuza, and he's working with the Asian Task Force of the San Francisco Police Department in the 1980s. Super great movie. You know, it's starting to, I don't want to lie to myself, it's starting to look a little bit better. I think if we're getting out of there, guys. It's doing okay. I'm gonna post a song on my page later, I think, for a day and take it down, just so you guys can hear it easily. But it'll probably like copyright block, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Got the synthesizer song stuck in my head. Well, alright, look at that. Hold on. Flip this around. Look at that. It's getting kind of bluer, right? Can you see that? It's like kind of more blue. That's pretty good. I swear I see some blue. It was a lot redder and yellower behind us. So that's a good sign. But yeah, I have BoJack Horseman voice now. Pretty crazy. Synth. Yeah, dude, if you guys look up Soviet synthesizer pop or something, synthesizer, I can't remember the name of it right now. That's the problem. Otherwise, I'd just tell you to listen to it. But it was so good. But yeah, this is actually encouraging. It's looking better. So that's great. Look at that. Look at that. Some blue sky. Oh my God. This is huge. All right. Well, I felt like I owed it to you guys to get at least, I know I'm not saying anything too valuable now, but I felt like I had to get at least away from the fire so you guys knew everything was chill. At least here it is, where I'm at. But, like I said, if you guys have any family or friends in the area, reach out to them and make sure that they're okay. And let me know if you don't have any way to reach anybody in the area, because I know people there still. And we're going to try to get as many people saved as possible. Redwood City. So we're in Redwood City, just below San Francisco, 29 miles below San Francisco, and it's already starting to look a little better. I'm about 100 miles from home now, where the smoke is finally starting to we're getting away from the smoke finally. So that is huge. Highway 101, yeah. Yeah, Eugenie. You know it, bro. I love you very much, Eugenie. I love you all, but thinking about you recently. We should definitely talk on the Discord later. I'm gonna get on there. Yeah, I live all over the place, Axiom. I'm from the internet. But I was born in California. I just got back to California a couple weeks ago. I've been living in Minnesota, Megasota. And then before that I was in New York and Connecticut. So realistically, if I had to say I wanted to live somewhere, I might say Bermuda. Bermuda seems like a good place to live. It's probably my favorite place so far that my friend Ryan, I was visiting recently, and his dad, who passed away a while ago, he was really into Warren Zevon. And so I made a cover of Zevon, put it on my SoundCloud. If you guys don't know my sound, oh wow, thank you, Haley. What the heck? I appreciate that. It's gonna go right towards dinner. That's really, thank you very much. That's really huge. There are hurricanes in Bermuda, but I like hurricanes. It's wet. Thank you very much. really do appreciate that. So, in, I forgot what train of thought. That was very, very nice. In Bermuda, so when his dad passed away, and I put that song up, I went to Bermuda just really right around the same time as he passed away. It was just about a couple months, maybe a month or two afterwards. It was just so crazy. And his dad used to really like to go to Bermuda, so we were going to all the spots that he liked to go to, and listening to Warren Zevon, and just feeling the vibes of that. And I feel like when people, like, you know that feeling where like their soul like goes out into the world and like goes through a bunch of people, sees a bunch of things. Like, I don't know if that's real, but I definitely felt like it was as a little kid, and I feel like that was happening to so many people. Like, so many people were passing away. So many people were dying of AIDS and like disease and being shot and assassinated. There was wars going on, bomb and fires and everything. It was like, it felt like there was a lot of ghosts in the ether. Especially in some of these weird places, like along the coast where it gets really foggy. It feels like there's just souls in the wind. It just... Last time I was here, I was complaining about the smell right here. Oh my God. Such a spoiled brat. I would take that seaweed smell any day now, compared. So, it's just so weird. Everything's so weird right now. This is so crazy. I'm saying it myself. I don't even know. I mean, usually I'm like, yeah, told you so. But, I mean, even the stuff I expected, like, it's just because of the way it all synchronized, it's just too much, man. And like Bitcoin, you've seen that, right? Right before the election. Another joke. You guys heard about, this is true too, that they just got reanimated dead pigs. They got their brains reboot and get dead pigs to think again. Just in time for the election. It's pretty sweet. And by the Hiller Aviation Museum. You guys know about Hiller Aviation? War contracts. Pretty interesting company. So, like I was saying, where my dad was at, the Lockheed Skunk Works is there. So I'm very interested to see what happens with that, because there's already been some explosions and we don't know ever what's going to happen. But I always wonder, like, is this all just, I mean, they always say fires just happen and that we need to clean the brush, but like, we've had so many crazy people lighting fires over the years in Santa Cruz. Like, this is a place where people start fires because they do meth and stuff. Like, it gets pretty bad. So I wonder sometimes, is this happening because somebody's doing it? I'm not, you know me, I'm no theorist of any kind, but definitely wonder a bit, especially right after what happened with espionage relations with PRC. This is a place where that's really important. Simultaneously, we're talking about the Soviet Union. In the 90s, when the Soviet Union collapsed, they got a lot of the scientists and they brought them from the Soviet Union to San Bruno and to California in this kind of area. So this is the, you know, this is where the monarch butterflies mate. This is where the strangest espionage is still going down. People are trading data, information, intellectual property here. You'll see like people's labs and houses burned down just pretty consistently. It's happening here. It feels like it's getting a little less hot. I mean, it's sunnier here, but it's definitely not as bad. My uncle worked for Lockheed Felton, Folsom. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a good company in a lot of ways. They do interesting stuff. They make Zeppelins and they do some interesting. They definitely have to worry about espionage, and you know, it's the kind of company that would take stuff out before it would let it get taken. And yet so many bright and brilliant minds come out as well. Yeah, no, that's the thing. I didn't mean they weren't bright and brilliant minds. That was my way of saying. For me, that was kind of partially the point. This is where all the bright and brilliant minds go. Keep them all locked up here with all the LSD. We've got some great businesses here too. Whoa, Mr. Cruz, thank you very much also. I appreciate it. Hey, no, man, every little bit helps. That's really cool of you. Really appreciating it. I don't think they're going to let me monetize a lot of my things coming up. Especially the next 8 videos are going to be kind of hard to do. I mean, I'm just trying to get them unblocked, but hours that are going to be released in two interviews, right, I told you, that are coming out soon. One with the Echo the Dolphin video game creator, which is going to be amazing, and also with Joe Tripp, which, man, he did videos with Steve Buscemi and Robert Anton Wilson, John C. Lilly, and Jeff Buckley. Made music with the guy. He made videos with Lou Reed. It's just, what a trip, dude. Like, crazy. And he lives in Sao Paulo now, but he's from Jersey. Sky Park, yeah, the incident base camp, Sky Park, yeah. So Elon Musk's company released their new tech. I've been going over the documents for the Neuralace, because if I want to get one, maybe, look at me, I'm the kind of guy. So, but like the plastic, the bioplastic, the interface with the brain. One of the things I've been really curious about, because working with biocomputers and 3D printing in E. coli, one of the problems with transistor to bio input is it often doesn't work. There's biological immunity issues, and you can actually have calcification, which ruins it. And the point is, it's patented in bioplastic, and it's called PEDOT. PEDOT. Get it? So, like, there's the meme. Nobody saying nothing. Scientists invent nanomaterial to connect the neural laces to people and forcibly erase the minds of criminals. And of innocent people, probably. But also, there'll be a lot of benefits, I'm sure. But still, that's a crazy... Right now, of all things to call it. I mean, you can there's like a poly dioxy. I need to look at the chemical name again, but it's a reasonable name, but it's funny nonetheless. I thought, well, this is way better. Can you guys see the sky? It's getting bluer. That's so much nicer. What time is it? I can't even tell. What a day. Zippity doo-dah. Julia. Excellent challenge ideas. Alright, well, as I get into San Francisco, I have to start worrying a bit more about police. I think I'm gonna have to cut this guy's pretty soon. Is there anything else that we should cover? Send me some text. You can also comment here for give a few more minutes as I get a little closer, but I feel like I gotta be careful pretty soon because they're not gonna buy it. YouTubing my way out of a fire. It's not a good answer. Eugenie, bless you, man. Yep, gotta have my face shield. I'll put on my mask once I get to Frisco. I'm sorry I said that to everybody from the Bay. Snakes. I can hear them in my mind, like, hissing at me for saying that. San Francisco. There's been some more things. I wish I could remember all the news, man. There's so much I want to tell you guys. Like I said, expect Friday the new episode, the interview, and then next week I'll start beginning airing some of the episodes. As soon as they're past the censors, I'm gonna put out the first one. And yeah, I think it'll be, I'm gonna call it the Echo series. Echo Mango. What do I call it? Echo Mango Glass. I'm gonna call it. But it's gonna be pretty nuts. I think it's gonna be the weirdest documentary you guys have seen yet. Let's hope. I try to do that every time, but I think this one might actually do that. Alright, I love you all. Thank you for keeping me safe. Thanks for like being here with me. It does help sometimes. It feels like a lot of time I don't want to be like weirdly not feeling confidently safe and bothering, you know, like you guys at the same time, but like every once in a while it's nice to have a little moral support. So that was cool of you. Love you all. Talk to you soon. God bless.